Doctors say he is showing significant signs of improvement after going into cardiac arrest on the field Monday night. Now, doctors removed his breathing tube today. It has been a tough week for Buffalo Bills players, but we're told he's now communicating and even FaceTiming his teammates.
Being on that field, you lose sleep, you hurt for your brother. The scene just replays over and over in your head. It's something we'll never forget.
Bills head coach Sean McDermott says when Hamlin appeared on the screen during that FaceTime call, he said the entire team stood up and clapped. Now, doctors say the process of reviving Hamlin began about a minute after his heart stopped on the field. Now, one of those people who rushed to help was Denny Kellington of Oklahoma. Kellington is the Bills' assistant athletic trainer. He's from Midwest City. He's a graduate of Oklahoma State, and officials say he and the other first responders likely saved Hamlin's life. Millions watched Monday Night Football on ABC when Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin went down. Nearly everyone saw something they'd never seen before. But what if I told you something similar happened to someone right here in our area? November 7th, 1986, Springdale High School's Mackenzie Phillips went into cardiac arrest during their game with Fayetteville. Now, Dave Creek was the lead paramedic assigned to the game that night.
We found him pulseless and not breathing, so immediately started CPR. We did it, I would say, for 10 minutes or so on the field, and then got the stretcher out there and was performing it as we were taking him to the ambulance.
Also there on the field that night, two of McKenzie's teammates, Brian Hensey and Mike Pounders.
You know, when the incident happened, it was just a state of shock. You never expected anybody to go through that. And at 17, you don't understand what's happening, really.
Scared to death. You're not really interested in playing another down of football at that moment. You know, you're just worried about your teammate, you know, your friends. It's just it's a scary moment in life.
And just like Monday night, the game was canceled. Now, meanwhile, Mackenzie, like Hamlin, literally fighting for his life.
We worked on him for quite a while in the emergency room. That was my first experience with something like that. Of course, I had seen cardiac arrest as we're transporting somebody, you know, in the back of an ambulance or working those types of situations, but not an actual football player during a football game.
Then something miraculous happens. Mackenzie makes it.
So when I first woke up in the hospital, I had no idea what had happened. I was just a blank page. And so as I'm told, it begins to sink in. You know, players are tough, and they're taught to be tough. And they have broken bones and pulled muscles and such as that. But you don't see their hearts. Well, in this scenario, you see their hearts. And that's overwhelming. That's burned into my memory banks forever. I don't remember my first kiss. I don't remember the first fish that I caught, but I do remember their emotions.
More than 3 decades later, those emotions come roaring back as you watch those Monday Night Football events unfold.
You saw the silence on the field, and you see the care and the compassion, and people that were emotionally attached and distraught.
And whether it was the doctors and paramedics like Creek, the fans in the stands, or the family and friends that came to see him in the hospital, he says the support from the Springdale community was amazing. Still, he says one memory burns the brightest.
It was my teammates, the people that I played with for years and that I had worked with and gone through so very much with. Those are the people that I hold dear.
And for those who were there, November 7th, 1986, Creek, Pounders, Hensey, it's hard for all of them not to see something greater, something spiritual in what happened that night.
The stands were full, but it was dead silent, and you could just about hear, you know, hundreds of people praying at the time.
There's no doubt in my mind with what he went through. No doubt that prayer pulled him through.
Mackenzie's doing well, and made it through. I definitely put people, put things in perspective that, there's more to life than just, sports.
Now, McKenzie not only recovered, but he went on to play football for the Razorbacks. He's now married with 2 teenage kids of his own who both play sports. All right, well, coming up,